Well, this is the final video I'm going to make about this, and it's going to cover the whole thing, so it might be a little long. On February 13th, I went out to go to work, delivering for Uber Eats. When I turned on the app, it said your background check's taking place. I'm on hold. Okay. It sucked because I could have used the money, but anyway, come Monday, I didn't hear anything, so I sent an email. And that started the most ridiculous series of weeks I think that mentally I've ever been through. I should make it clear that I've worked for Uber for 5 years. I started out kind of as a hobby when I was in telecom. Then it became more of a more. I started doing food delivery and stuff after Dad died. And when Uber Eats came online, waited a little while and switched over. So send an email. I get a thing back that says my background check is on hold because they can't verify 1 year of licensing. Now, I've worked for them for 5 years. I have 14,700 and some odd trips. I have a 4.89 star rating, 99% satisfaction rating. So I'm like, well, that's kind of silly. There's just something's going on. So, given the benefit of the doubt, every single chance, I get a hold of them and they're like, okay, well, what you could do is you could send us a copy of your old driver's license. I said, well, the state take those when you renew your license. And the problem was, when they go to look, it shows that my license was issued in September of 2020 because it was renewed in September of 2020. It wasn't even due to be renewed for another like 2 weeks. I went in, I got it done, and that was it. So they said, okay, well, get a 3-year driving record. There's a link on the thing. 3-year driving record. You can do that online. Costs $550. So I went online. I got that. My printer's not great, so when I printed it out, it wasn't a great one. I uploaded it anyway, and it got rejected. So okay, I sent a screenshot, and that got rejected. When I got to work on Monday at my regular job, I printed it out, took a good picture, good lighting, everything, and all it shows is my renewal in September of 2020. Waited a couple days, nothing. Now in the app it says background check requires my attention. So I email again. I'm like, okay, well, what do we do here? What do we, you know? Well, you need to. It doesn't meet the minimum licensing. I'm like, it does. It shows that I renewed my license in September of 2020. You can't renew something if it's inactive. That would be a reissue or something like that. So I started looking around. You can get a complete driving record. Okay, all right, I'll get a complete driving record from the state of Kentucky. And I called the number to make sure, and I went to the DMV, and it was the wrong place. So they said, here, call this number. So I called that number, and they said, no, you got to call this number. So I called that number, and the guy on that phone number was like, yes, I'm the guy. Talk to. I'm like, cool. And he says, my brain kind of edited out the part where he said, usually. But usually you could go down to Burlington to the field office of the DOT and get your complete driving record. You can't do it online because it has all of your information, your social security number, driver license number, date of birth, all that stuff. So you have to actually do physical copy. Okay. But those offices are all closed because of COVID. So my only recourse here was to write all my information down on a piece of paper and mail it to Frankfurt with a $3 money order. So I'm like, okay, well, who knows how long that'll take. So again, benefit of the doubt. I'm mad. I'm like, I need to work. Come on. So the whole time I'm emailing them, I'm back and forth. I get it back. Send them a copy, a good picture, clear, all four corners, the whole thing, and it gets rejected. So I've got something like 50 or 60 emails back and forth with this company, and every single one, every time I say, hey, I would like some help with this, I get the same form reply. Well, your thing didn't meet this and this, and I get that. I understand that. We've been through this dozens of times now. I need more than that. Like, what more can I do? And then, oh, well, send any screenshot. Well, here's screenshots. Here's this. So finally, I dig up a phone number, like an actual phone number. Now, we have driver support. But when I call driver support, they say, your account's on hold because of your background check, blah, blah, blah. And it ends. There's no options. There's no menu. That's it. So I have to go digging for another phone number. I find another phone number and I call in and I talk to a person and they're like, well, let me get you over to documents, and they get me over there and they say, yeah, it's not the greatest picture, but yeah, it shows everything you need to show. Everything's there. And I'm like, cool, we're getting somewhere. So you go ahead and do that, and then I get an email that says this document's approved March 15th. I get an email that says this is all good. This is what, go ahead, do the thing. Well, it's March 28th. So guess what? A couple dozen more emails with them. And every time, I get the ones where it's I'm so and so with priority support. We're gonna get this done today. And then I get the same form thing of, well, it doesn't meet internal standard, but well, tell me how to fix it. Tell me what to do to fix it. But they don't do that. So I'm a good driver. I don't steal food. I don't send other people out with my account. I don't send kids in to pick up the food for me. I don't do any of those things. I always have bags. I got a pizza bag in case I'm picking up at pizza places. A matter of fact, right when this first started, I had just bought 2 new bags because my other ones were getting kind of ratty. I didn't work 2 platforms. I wasn't picking up for other. They were it. 5 years. And then emails would come in that say, oh, we want to congratulate you on your 4.89 star rating. Oh, we want to do that. Yeah. Do you think I ran 14,700 and some odd trips since September? And it just kicks right into the same thing. It's the same thing again and again. So my only recourse is to have my extra job, to be able to make the little bit of extra money that I need to make. I have a good job with benefits and all that. It's great. But for right now, I need to make a little extra money. And that was what I did. Now, for a long time, Uber was it. That was all I did. Because we were in the middle of a pandemic and there was, places were closed down and all this stuff. And I was out there working. I was out there working every day. I was an essential worker. And how is my essentialness rewarded? By being told, oh, we don't even know if you've had a license for a year. Well, I worked through the whole pandemic. That should mean something. But it doesn't. Because you wind up in this support loop of just form letters that you can tell are form letters just from the syntax of how things, they don't change the tense of things when they're saying. It's just plug in what the problem is and then ship it out and shut me up. But they don't help me. They don't tell me what I can do to fix it. They don't tell me what minimum standard I'm not meeting. The last pictures I took of this document, I put on a green folder so that I could make sure there was green all the way around it, so all 4 corners are shown. And then I find out in this process that they don't take photocopies or scanned images, so, my only option is to get it, print it out, take a picture of it, and then now, for 5 years, the same process with insurance cards, IDs, vehicle registration every year had to be take a picture, send it in. So if there's some issue that I don't know about, let me know that. I don't know what it could be. I don't know where this is going awry, but I know that I have the document from the 3-year driving record. I have this record goes all the way back to 2008 when I switched my license over from Ohio to Kentucky in Boone County. Okay, that is 13 years of continuous licensing that doesn't meet their internal standards. I don't know what else I can do. So what I'm doing now is telling you how much quality can they be really concerned with if they're going to take a good driver. And I'm not patting myself on the back. I do a good job because I live by the delivery golden rule. I want to deliver your food the way I want my food delivered. And that didn't just apply to the customers, having been a food customer, clearly. It applied to the restaurants. There have been times all during this, I've walked into places, and with masks on, people recognized me because they knew who I was. There were times when I would walk into a place, and they go, "We don't have an Uber order." And I'm like, no, I'm just getting food. Workers knew me. People I delivered to knew me. Because I did a good job. Because that's who I am. I work hard to do a good job. To do it right. And here I sit. I've defended Uber when all of this dumb stuff, all the dumb stuff happened. I stayed with Uber. Hey, when something would happen, we get an email. That say, hey, no, we're doing this, we're doing this. Yeah, they had some bad press. I agree, but we've all had some bad press. And for me, Uber was a mechanism of least resistance. You can work when you want to work. You make okay money if you stay on it and you do your thing. I found new places to eat. It was great. And this is where I am. Now out here trying to tell people how much quality can they really be concerned with. If they're going to take I'm not going to say one of their best drivers. I tried to be one of their best drivers. We're going to take that guy who's been there 5 years and say we can't verify a year's worth of licensing. After I've provided document after document after document. The fact that my insurance card was issued before, one of my last one. There's plenty of documentation, including the ones that I mailed literally off to the state of Kentucky to get. How concerned with quality can they be? If they're going to do that to me. If they're doing it to me, they're doing it to somebody else. I never complained. I always made the joke that Uber don't care. Uber just wants to fix it. When there was a problem with a customer or order got screwed up or something, they just fixed it. And they will not participate in a meaningful manner in fixing this. And one person who I spoke with at Uber who went, no, yeah, this is good. Sent the email and said this document is approved 13 days ago. And it went into whatever, it was grayed out instead of red for a couple of days, and then it went right back to red. They won't tell me what's wrong with it because there's nothing wrong with it. It's even signed by the person who did it down in Kentucky, down in Frankfurt. So I don't think that this fence can be mended. But I think that my anger is well placed in saying if they don't care about somebody who put this kind of energy into working for them, how much energy are they going to put into anything else? And it makes me so mad. I've literally lost sleep over this. That I put this kind of time and energy into a company that just doesn't even show up for the conversation. Just the same form, plug it in, send it out. We're going to get it fixed. No, we're not. No, we haven't done anything. So, I know it's a long video. I know I'm rambling on. I'm upset. But if you know people in the media, or if you know people, whatever, that can boost this video and let people know that I'm one of probably many, but my experience is so crazy that I know people have given up sooner than this. Because I'm on day, whatever, 28 plus 15, whatever. Almost 45, something like that. I'm not great at math in my head. But I didn't steal food. I didn't I don't have tickets. I don't have all this stuff. I'm not. I'm just going to work to provide good quality service. And I can't get a reply. I can't get a response. So maybe you guys can help. And I'm kind of on the fence because at this point, what's the reward? I get to go back to the company that did this to me. I could sue them and say, well, you cost me like $1,200 in lost wages. You know, I don't know what the recourse is. And honestly, this is for me. This is for me to feel better, to let other people know that I'm going to be selfish. I didn't deserve to be treated this way. And if you can look at my numbers and treat me this way, you can certainly look at somebody else's numbers and treat them maybe worse. Maybe other people have just given up. I got lucky and I didn't have to give up sooner. But I guess my only recourse is to let people know and give up because I'm tired. I'm tired of fighting with them. I'm tired of the same emails. I'm tired of having an email that says this document is what you need. It's good. It's approved. And active. That's what's in the email. Just to have another email come along or it go back into needs attention, and then I have to start the whole thing over again. And I keep telling them, here's the email. I attach it. I attach a screenshot. Here's the email of the thing, of the person that said it was active. Nothing. So I'm done ranting and raving, and maybe this is just catharsis for me. But I'm going to put it out there, and I'm going to try to boost it as much as I can because I'm mad. And yeah, I'm looking for a little bit of payback. I'm looking for some explanation as to why this happened to me. Why nobody along this chain stepped in and said, no, yeah, maybe it's a crappy picture, but yeah, or send us a better picture. And then I send a better picture and they go, yeah, that's good. We're done. And we move on. So, thank you. Take care. Stay safe.